hidden behind soft green hills and glowing flowers. There was a secret place called Bellberry Hill. On Bellberry Hill lived the tiny folk. They were small, cheerful, and full of colour. Each one of the tiny folk had something special they were really good at. There was Baked Tiny, who made the sweetest berry pies you could ever imagine. Sing Teeny filled the air with beautiful music that made the flowers dance. And Paint Teeny coloured the sky with brilliant hues every single morning. And then there was Pip. Pip didn't know what his special thing was. He wanted to have a talent, just like everyone else. So Pip decided to try everything. First, he went to visit Bake Teeny. "Can I help?" he asked. He tried mixing the dough and shaping the pies, but his pies turned out so rubbery they bounced right out of the kitchen and rolled down the hill. Bounce, bounce, bounce. That wasn't right. Next, he went to find Sing Teeny, who was practicing a new melody. "Can I sing with you?" Pip asked. He took a deep breath and sang as loudly as he could, but his voice was so squeaky and off-key that all the little birds in the trees covered their ears with their wings. Tweet dash tweet dash oh dash no. That didn't work either. Feeling a little discouraged, Pip visited Paintany, who was getting ready to paint the morning sunrise. "Can I try painting?" Pip asked hopefully. Paintini handed him a brush. Pip dipped it into a pot of bright yellow paint, but when he tried to paint the sky, the colour just dripped and splattered all over the place, making a big goopy mess. Pip sat down on a big red mushroom and let out a long sigh. His shoulders slumped. Everyone has a talent, except me. He watched Bake Teeny, Sing Teeny, all so happy doing what they did best. It made him feel very small and very plain. Hey kids, have you ever felt like that too? Like everyone around you knows what they're good at, but you're still trying to figure it out. It's okay to feel that way sometimes. The very next morning, something was wrong in Bellberry Hill. The world looked different. The bright, glowing flowers had lost their shine. The juicy red berries on the bushes had turned pale and dull. The air, usually filled with happy sounds, was quiet and still. It felt tired. The village elder, the wisest of all the tiny folk, looked around with wide eyes and gasped. "The harmony bell is fading," he declared, his voice trembling. Now, the harmony bell was the most important thing in Bellberry Hill. It was a magical bell that sat at the very top of the hill, and its gentle ringing kept all the village magic working together in perfect balance. It kept the colours bright, the songs sweet, and the pies tasty. Without its chime, Bellberry Hill would slowly lose all its magic and all its colour. Seeing the worried faces of his friends and the greyness spreading through his home, Pip felt a small tug in his heart. It was a feeling of wanting to do something, anything, to help. "I want to help," he said softly, almost to himself. Even though he didn't think he had a talent, the desire to help was strong. Determined, Pip climbed the winding path up to the top of Bellberry Hill. There it was, the harmony bell. It usually shimmered with a golden light, but now it looked dull and silent. Pip reached out a small hand and touched its cool metal surface. He waited. Nothing happened. The bell remained silent. "I don't have a talent," Pip whispered to the quiet bell. "How can I help anyone if I can't do anything special?" He felt a tear prickle his eye. Just then, a tiny ladybug with bright red wings landed gently on his hand. It tickled a little. The ladybug buzzed softly, and it was almost as if it was speaking to him. "You listen," it seemed to buzz. "And you notice." Pip blinked, confused. "Listen, notice." What did that mean? He looked down at the little ladybug, and then he looked out over the village below, and for the first time he really looked, and he really listened. He noticed that Baked-Teenie was rushing around her kitchen, trying to bake pies so fast that she was dropping flour everywhere. He noticed that Sing-Teenie was singing so loudly, trying to fill the silence all by himself, that his voice sounded strained instead of sweet. And he noticed Paint-Teenie working all alone, trying to paint the whole sky by himself, looking tired and overwhelmed. "Wait a minute," Pip said to himself. "No one is working together." That was it. Everyone was so busy trying to fix the magic on their own that they had forgotten the most important thing. They had forgotten to be a team. An idea sparked in Pip's mind. He scrambled back down the hill as fast as his little legs could carry him. He ran straight into the center of the village. "Everyone, stop," he called out. The other tiny folk looked at him, surprised. "Let's slow down," Pip said, his voice clear and confident. "Let's do it together." He went to Baked-Teenie first. "Let's bake one perfect pie, nice and slow," he suggested. He then found Sing-Teenie. "Could you hum a soft, gentle tune to help us concentrate?" he asked. Then he turned to Paint-Teenie. "How about you add just a little touch of color to the sky, a soft pink to start?" Pip wasn't baking or singing or painting. He was guiding them. "Now, let's mix together," he would say. "Now, let's listen to the rhythm of the song. Now, everyone smile." Slowly but surely, a change began to happen as Baked-Teenie carefully kneaded the dough and Sing-Teenie hummed a lovely soft melody, and Paint-Teenie brushed a gentle stroke of color across the horizon. Something magical occurred. At the top of the hill, the harmony bell began to glow faintly. Then a soft sound echoed through the village. Ding, ding. The sound grew stronger and clearer with every moment they worked together. Color rushed back into Bellberry Hill like a beautiful rainbow wave. The flowers glowed, the berries turned ruby red, and the air filled with the sweet scent of baking and happy music. The whole village cheered. The magic was back. They all looked at Pip, who stood in the middle of it all, a happy smile on his face. "What is Pip's talent?" one of the tiny folk asked. "He didn't bake or sing or paint, but he saved us." The village elder, watching from nearby, smiled a wise, knowing smile. "Pip's talent is the most special of all," he announced. "He helps us work as one. He is the one who creates the harmony." Pip's eyes sparkled with understanding. He finally knew what his special thing was. His talent was bringing everyone together. That night, Bellberry Hill glowed brighter than it ever had before. The stars seemed to twinkle just for them. Pip lay in his little mushroom house, looking out his window at the sparkling sky. He smiled a peaceful, happy smile. "Everyone has a talent," he whispered to the moon. "Sometimes it just takes a little time and a little help from a friend to find it." And he knew, deep in his heart, that being the one who helps others shine is a wonderful talent to have. If you enjoyed our visit to the magical world of Bellberry Hill, please give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Every like and subscription helps us create more colorful stories just like this one. We'd love for you to be part of our story family. Thanks for watching.